Is everybody ready to start community development? Yeah, okay. The time is now 5:01 on March 3rd, 2025, and the Community Development Committee meeting is called to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Alderman Donenworth.
Present.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Alderman Felix.
Present.
Chairman Hayes.
Present. Thank you. May I please have a motion and a second for approval of the meetings from, or the minutes from the February 3rd, 2025 Community Development Committee meeting?
So move.
Second.
All right, any questions? Roll call, please. Oh, excuse me, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Audience time. Are there any members of the audience that wish to address the committee about anything that's on tonight's agenda? Anybody at all? All right. Moving on to old business. Can I get a first and a second for agenda item 3A?
First. Second.
First by Alderman Donenworth, second by Alderman Martinez. Thank you. Agenda item 3A is a resolution approving a professional services agreement with SB Friedman Development Advisors, LLC, for development advisory services relating to parking lot B at 131 North County Street in the amount of $29,500 in accordance with Section 2-458I4 of the City Code. Are there any questions?
I have a suggestion I wanted to bring up, something that I brought up on our briefing. I don't think everyone got to hear about it. I'm fine with this. I even met up with the planning and zoning team, went over exactly what they want to do. Definitely okay with it. We need a request for qualifications, request for proposal. The only thing that I suggest is the person that I would feel comfortable overseeing these things is our Chief of Staff, George Bridges. That way, if any hurdles, if we have any concerns, we would, like we always do, go to him to make sure he addresses it with every department involved in this this proposal.
Alderwoman Florian?
I don't understand who's supposed to oversee it now? The planning department. So you know we're in an election season, right? Like we have an election in 4 weeks. If we appoint someone as the point person on this and they're not here in 4 weeks, then what do we do? Why can't we just leave it?
That could be every department. When we're talking about elections, that's every department. You know, right now I'm looking at it as if we're moving as we are. You know, there's going to be a lot of changes. Maybe not. Who knows? We don't know.
What's the reason that planning and zoning shouldn't spearhead this, since they're spearheading every other thing in the city like this and have gotten it this far?
Well, for example, like the casino development. At that time, I believe George Salas was overseeing it. You guys were?
Mr. Sellis was overseeing the inspections for the permit. The approvals prior to that came through the planning department, as do most developments. They come through the planning department process, and then when they're ready for a permit, the permits go in. My staff is part of the approval process, but the building department has inspections and that kind of thing. So it's across multiple departments. Engineering's involved, fire prevention is involved in a lot of those processes as well.
Well, what do you think of that suggestion, Noel? Because, for example, right now, the chief of staff does oversee every department. So if we have it, have any concerns, he will address it with you guys. He'll address it with building department, which is he's overseeing right now. He'll address it with every department that we have.
Can I ask what your problem is with going to planning and zoning with questions? Like why you feel more,
Well, any suggestion that we have, chief of staff takes care of it in terms of getting it to the lawyer, pointing it to giving it, pointing us to the developer.
planning and zoning doesn't do that?
I think it's better for chief of staff. I mean, we're always go to him directly, I think, and any email that we sent would be chief of staff, Chief Navarro, chief of staff, Chris Garland, chief of staff would be planning and zoning.
Are you suggesting we amend this ordinance to include that?
Yes.
Do you have a second for that?
I don't see why we would take this is for development in the city. Why would we take it out of the development department that has all the expertise?
Oh, they would be involved. They would be just like fire
I don't,
inspections.
I can't make sense of why we would want to take something off the plates of the experts that have gotten it this far, got us the ability to do this, and have been spearheading development in the city for years. It seems to me like George Bridges is involved either way. As the mayor's chief of staff, we're all involved. But let's just leave it to our experts to continue to move this thing and shepherd it through the process. They're the best equipped to do it. I'm not sure why we would take it off their plate. And I mean, as drafted, I think this makes sense. I think it's clear. And if you want specific questions answered by Chief of Staff Bridges, I think you can go to him. Maybe he will end up going to planning and zoning, but I don't know that that's something that we need to put into an ordinance. So I think, practically speaking, if that's how you want the process to go, that's okay. That's how you can kind of run questions up the chain of command, but I don't think we need to have an ordinance stating as much.
Well, if we don't, then it kind of, then who, that would be the best, right? To go up the chain of command from the top to the bottom. And I think, that would be the chief, then the chief to the mayor, and then the chief to the rest of the departments, which planning and zoning is a department. I think that's kind of.
Would Chief Bridges, would you like to speak about this?
I'm sorry, I was not here for the beginning of the conversation. I heard my name in the office, and that's the only reason I came in. I am sorry. I'm not aware.
So the Alderman Felix is proposing that agenda item 3A be amended to state that you are the point person for development of Lot B in the city of Waukegan rather than planning and zoning.
Okay, I'll work with any of our team members. That's what I do on a daily basis. I work very well with planning and zoning. I'll do whatever the team needs me to do, and I fit in wherever they need me. When it comes to the ordinance change, I am not aware of anything about the change in the ordinance.
Any issues, the reason why I want to say, any issues that we ever, it's kind of like, well, this is what it is, right? This is the issue why you can't move forward. When we sit down with Chief, well, Chief, how can we solve this issue? How can we move this forward? He has the understanding of all of the departments, what everything is needed, and ultimately he can say, hey, you know what? We need you to take care of this. Let's push it through.
So Noelle has actually been here longer than Chief Bridges. I think she knows everything that goes on.
But she's not the
around-
chief of staff. That's the thing. Oh, that is definitely not the thing. No, that's not at all.
I think that this is a really positive proposal for the city, and the fact that we're putting this out
Think
for an
so.
RFQ and the prospect of being able to develop this land, I think that planning and zoning has done an exceptional job to date. I don't know why we would all of a sudden pull the rug out from under them when it's.
Oh, it's not.
If I could just finish, for this particular item, that they have gotten this far. So I think that the way things are going is just fine. Chief Bridges is involved. Noel's team and are experts on this. They're perfectly capable of shepherding it through the process. And I don't know why we would change it. I certainly don't know why we would amend a city ordinance or to memorialize as much. So let's just keep it the way that it is because it seems to be working just fine.
Oh, I don't
All
know.
right.
Do I have a second?
Yeah,
With-
well, can I just say something? Well, with so much going on, and like Alderman Florian said, that is an election, and maybe, are we in a hurry to pass this tonight? There's been some questions asked, maybe we should put this on hold and see what happens. I mean,
Just
I-
out of
because
curiosity, are
there's-
you now proposing that agenda items be held over because of an election?
No, I'm referencing what Alderman Florian said. She said, why would, there is an election, so I'm just quoting what she said. I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth.
Listen-
I'm simply saying that maybe we should just put this on hold because there's questions that are raised, that's all.
This has
Listen,
been
if you
held
guys
over-
don't want to pass this, you can vote against it. I would like to call it for a vote. And there was no second on the motion, so let's roll call, please.
And I would note that this has been held over once, is not eligible for a holdover. It would take a majority vote to delay further consideration of this.
Thank you, Stu, or council. All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez?
No.
Alderman Donenworth?
No.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
No.
Alderman Hayes? Chairman Hayes?
Thanks. Aye. Motion does not pass.
This will go to City Council with a negative recommendation.
Agenda item 4A, can I have a first and a second?
So move?
Second. First from Alderman Martinez, second from Alderman Donilworth. Agenda item 4A is an ordinance approving a conditional use permit for motor vehicle sales at 3030 Washington Street in the B3 General Commercial District, zoning calendar 2773. The applicant may be here this evening, I'm not sure. Does anybody have any questions? Alderwoman Florian, is it for the applicant? Sir, if you could come up and state your name for the record. We have a few questions. Are you here for this particular agenda item?
Yes, I am. My name is Sergey Mokhnatko. I am applicant.
Okay, great. Do me a favor, state your name one more time and then don't touch the microphone, just out of an abundance of caution. Okay. Your name again, I'm sorry?
Sergey Mokhnatko.
Okay, thank you. Alderwoman Florian?
Hi. I usually come to the planning and zoning meetings, and I wasn't able to attend the one where you appeared. I'm curious, there's 15 conditions that have been put on this application. Have you read all of those and you understand that you must comply with them?
Yes, I read it last time. I don't remember all of it, but I agree with it, and I will do as it's written there.
Great. I'm a little frustrated with a lot of our car repair sales places looking like junkyards, and I'm trying to avoid that happening again somewhere else. So as long as you understand these conditions and agree to apply with them, I will definitely support your application.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other questions? Roll call, please.
Did we have a motion and second? I'm sorry.
I think it was Alderman Donilworth and Alderman Martinez.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Alderman Martinez?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. Agenda item 4B is an ordinance granting a conditional use permit for an indoor recreation facility at 699 Lakehurst Road in the Entertainment District, zoning calendar number 2774. Can I get a first and a second?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you, Alderwoman Florian and Alderman Martinez. I just read it, so are there any questions to this? Roll call, please. Are the applicants here?
Yes.
Oh, they are, okay.
Petitioners?
Does anybody have any questions for the applicants?
Do you guys think 35 is good, a good price?
This is for 699 Lakehurst Road?
This is for agenda item B,
Agenda
that's the
item-
address.
Oh,
Pickleball.
no questions, no questions.
Roll call, please. No, I think we can just move right through this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alderman Guzman has a
Martinez?
question. Oh.
Yes. I have a question. What is it?
And we've had it in our briefing since Thursday. It's a pickleball court?
Oh, yes, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so much stuff.
Okay.
Alderman
Sorry,
Martinez?
guys.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
All right.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. Agenda item 4C, can I get a first and a second?
First?
Second?
First from Alderman Felix, second from Alderman Martinez. Agenda item 4C is a resolution approving an agreement with the Jocelyn Center for parking permits for the 225 North County Parking Garage. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. Can I get a first and a second for agenda item 4D?
So moved.
Second?
First from Alderman Florian, second from Alderman Donilworth. Agenda item 4D is a resolution authorizing the second extension of a conditional use permit authorizing the Board of Trustees of Community College 532, College of Lake County, to operate an educational institution at 100 West Madison Street. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. First and a second for agenda item 4E.
First.
Second?
First from Alderman Donilworth, second from Alderman Martinez. Agenda item 4E is a resolution authorizing amendment number 1 to the purchase and sale agreement between the City of Waukegan and Associated Bank for 1 South Genesee property. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. Can I get a first and a second for
Chairman
agenda
Hayes?
item?
I just have a quick question. That's coming out of what TIF? Or where is that coming out
That's
of?
TIF number 8.
Number
That yes, that's TIF number 8.
That's 500,000?
75,000.
I can explain very quickly. Would you like me to just give a quick summary? So this was the purchase that was approved a number of years ago for $500,000. It is the last parcel in kind of the Lot F block that we don't control. This property went up for sale. We offered to purchase it for $500,000, which I believe was, I think, $100,000 less than the list price. Over the years, we said we will not close, we will not finish the purchase of this property until they dealt with some environmental issues. Associated Bank has had a lot of difficulty getting rid of those. And so what we offered was basically that we would, if they would lower the price, we would continue with the sale, and then we would set aside $75,000 for environmental remediation. So what this really is it's a $200,000 price reduction for us, and then we just have to commit $75,000 to the environmental remediation.
That's good for us, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
I did the roll call on that one, sir.
Oh, forgive me. Okay, so the question was after that. Thank you.
Yes.
Agenda item 4F. Can I get a first and a second?
First?
Second. First from Alderman Martinez, second from Alderman Donilworth. Agenda item 4F is a resolution approving a professional services agreement with TIP Strategies for development advisory services related to the preparation of an economic development strategic plan for an amount not to exceed $200,000 under section 2-458, subsection I-4, professional services exemption of the city code. Are there any questions to this?
I have a question.
Alderman Felix.
Have you guys looked into this? Have you guys read it?
Who?
Current in the committee?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I haven't had time to read it.
Well, it's a grant. It was a $200,000 grant that we received from the state of Illinois.
That's right. So
with
they're
the
getting paid
assistance of
for it.
Senator Johnson, yeah. So it's a one-time grant, so we can't expect the $200,000 every year. So the idea is we have to use it for administrative services. So if we can't use it to hire a full-time employee to help with this kind of stuff, then we're going to use it for a consultant to assist us with downtown development.
Okay, thank you.
May I, Chairman?
Certainly.
Not just downtown, but this is a study that will look at the entire city economic development landscape, provide information on the current situation and what the low-hanging fruit is, and then a longer-term plan going forward. So how we can be impactful in economic development and establish a baseline that everybody can understand where we are today.
Great.
We did get 3 proposals for this. We interviewed all 3 candidates. All 3 proposed. The price points were extremely similar. All of them knew that we had this grant for this funding. And so a group of us reviewed and selected the proposal that we felt would best serve the city and provide the most useful deliverables for us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the clarification. Roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye. Motion passes. Can I get a first and a second for agenda item 4G?
First.
Second.
First from Alderman Martinez, second from Alderman Donilworth. Thank you. 4G is a resolution authorizing participation in the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Collaborative and authorizing the mayor to approve a contract with the lowest cost electricity provider for a period of up to 36 months. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Martinez?
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth?
Aye.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Alderman Felix?
Aye.
Chairman Hayes?
Aye, motion passes. Agenda item 4H, can I have a first and a second?
First.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Donilworth, second by Alderman Martinez. Agenda item 4H is a ordinance creating a Class E restaurant liquor license for La Chuparosa, located at 760 North Green Bay Road. I believe the applicants are here. Does anybody have any questions? You guys can come on up, and if you don't mind, introduce yourselves. If you could just state your name for us.
Sorry?
If you could state your name, just so that we have it.
Okay. Oh, my name is Danny Andrade.
You just got to speak into the microphone. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, my name is Danny Andrade.
Okay, thank you. Alderwoman Florian has a
Hi,
question for you.
I just have a couple questions. On page 7, there's a question that says, are you planning to sell alcoholic liquor as a restaurant? And you said yes. But then the next question says, are the premises maintained and held out to the public where meals are actually and regularly served? And you said no. So I'm confused. You're planning on having food, correct? So shouldn't the answer have been yes for both of those? Okay. And then there's another question, and I can't find the page it's on, but it asks about outdoor dining, and I know there's an outdoor dining patio there. You said you're not going to have outdoor dining, so you're not going to use that patio?
Yes, we're gonna use.
Okay, so does he need to apply for a different license then with outdoor dining?
That would be an E1 license. And so, yeah, so the outdoor seating, and we just created that new license. So the, in between this committee and when this goes to, I don't know if this is on the agenda for tonight, I can't recall. It is not? Okay, so I would say if this comes out of committee with a positive recommendation, that you speak with Itzel, actually Sean right there, the gentleman in the blue, talk to him, and it may be more appropriate to apply for an E1 license, and I don't think we would necessarily need to delay that, but they would need to make sure that they had all their paperwork in.
Are we voting tonight then on an amendment? I mean, do we want to amend it on the spot and assume that's what they're going to apply for, or how should we best proceed to not delay?
If the committee feels that it is appropriate to recommend approval of an E1 license contingent upon the applicant submitting all the necessary paperwork, that would be an appropriate thing to do tonight.
Okay, I don't see any reason why we should delay it. Can I get a first and a second to amend?
First.
Second.
First from Alderman Martinez, second from Alderman Felix. So we will have a roll call, please, on the amended agenda item 4H, which will be contingent upon the application of a Class E1 license.
Alderman Martinez?
Yeah, first I want to say congratulations. You're in a very prime spot where the old Pepe's is, so you're going to get a lot of customers. My second question is, are you going to have gaming? You guys, Not,
There won't be no gaming.
okay, great. Well, good luck. And my third question is, what is La Chuparosa? What is that?
It's a hummingbird.
Oh, okay, never knew that.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And my vote is yes.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Felix,
Aye.
Chairman Hayes.
Aye. Motion passes. Agenda item 5, there being no reports and communications, can I get a motion to adjourn? And a second.
Second?
So moved.
Alderwoman Florian first, second from Alderman Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 5:25. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.